Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto update. Today, I'm giving you guys an overview on Flare. Yes, a ton of people have been asking me, Dusty, what is this whole Flare ordeal? What is happening with that? Am I eligible for the coins? If so, when do I get them? What is going on? Just basically a new update to freshly explain to you guys what happened with all of it, what is going on right now, and what to expect for the future, and also, of course, if you are or were eligible. Having said that, make sure you press the like button if you are enjoying these daily crypto updates. Also, subscribe because we're almost at 100K, and, well, this is the platform I'm trading on. So, Flare distribution to XRP holders expected by June. That, in a nutshell, is the update from today. But that is not the reason I'm making this video. The reason is mostly that there have been a ton of people who have been asking me throughout this journey, what is this FLR on BITRUE? And I'm hearing things about December 12th, but what is that? So let's step a little bit back and give you guys an overview. Flare is a token which is going to be handed out for free on about a 1-to-1 ratio for everybody who held XRP before December 12th of 2020. So basically, you can ask yourself this question. Were you an XRP holder before December 12th? If the answer is no, then you are not going to be getting any FLR for completely free. If the answer is yes, well, then it depends a little bit on what you have done up to now. There are different things which you have to do depending on the exchange you had your XRP on. For example, Binance.us actually requires you to send an email or something like that. The majority of the exchanges do it automatically, but if you had your money on, for example, a Ledger Nano, there's still a separate claiming process, which is a little bit too elaborate to talk about in this video, but I would recommend you to just look it up, how to claim Flare on Ledger Nano. It is something like that. It can still be done. So if you had XRP on December 12th in your Ledger, and you haven't claimed it, you haven't done it yet, you still can do so for, I think, about a month from now. It was 6 months after the date, after December 12th, and I think you still have one more month, right? So once more, you can still get to that if you want to. Having said that, I've talked about if you're eligible, what is there to happen, what is it all about, and yada, yada, yada. Well, first of all, let me quickly say, Flare Networks is basically who's giving out this FLR. Ripple, I believe Ripple X, basically before it was their venture capital type of under part of Ripple, has invested into it. And I would say 45 billion FLR is going to come out, which is basically on a 1-to-1 ratio with your XRP, including those of Ripple, excluding those from some exchanges who are not participating, and excluding all the XRP, which is basically held by accounts with more than a billion FLR, which didn't really turn out to be many because, again, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. The other 55 billion, 20% I believe is going to be given to the founders of the project. So basically because they made the project going to be getting that. And I believe 35% is going to be given to the Flare Networks, basically the foundation behind it. In the end, this is not considered a security, even if XRP is, or XRP Ledger. But yeah, it's still a little bit odd, I think, that we're giving 55% of all the Flare to them. In my opinion, it's still a little bit strange. I mean, Ripple did all of this like 8 years ago, okay, but they're doing it right in 2021. I think that's a little bit odd to give away 55% of everything, but then again, that's just my opinion on this matter. What are they about? Well, the idea is basically bring some life into XRP. You can see here is the native currency of the Flare Networks, a new protocol that intends to bring decentralized finance DeFi to the XRP. In other words, Flare will make the XRP network compatible with smart contracts to the help of the Ethereum virtual machine. This allows the Flare network to deploy existing Ethereum applications, thus unlocking new DeFi possibilities on the XRP ecosystem. As Flare's native token FLR, also called Spark, can be used to collateralize the issuance of FXRP, a fully trustless representation of XRP on Flare. And this, of course, is also what some of these other cryptos are going to be used for. That is why you often heard, oh, Doge, for example, can be used as an F asset. A possibility of having smart contracts in the XP network is a welcome development for Ripple. As a result, Flare will give out more than 45 billion FLR to eligible XP holders to celebrate this milestone. So again, that's basically their distribution. They've given it out for free. Now, that is only one part of it, though. There's actually a couple of other things really in the short future. For example, you are eligible to more airdrops. For example, I believe 1 month in, now don't quote me on this, it's somewhere in here, but I'm a little bit, let's just see, I think 1 month. how do I get some of these tokens? Because it's not only FLR. There's actually YFLR, YFIN, YMIN, DFLR. There's so much stuff, right? Because they're basically Flare Finance, who is building on top of Flare networks. They're not affiliated with each other. They're building 6 products again. This is again on top of that. A part of it is going to be on the 1-month anniversary of the Flare mainnet network launch. Flare Finance will airdrop 40 million DAO Flare, which is DFLR, with no value until swapped, to all holders of Spark at a ratio that is yet to be determined. Once delivered, holders of DFLR must head over to claim.flare.finance, not live yet, to begin the swap procedure. Holders will swap their DFLR to YFLR after reviewing a few informational videos, agreeing on some of the basic terms and agreements, and proceeding with the claim. Once your YFLR is claimed, you will be able to begin yield farming on the Flare Farm platform to earn YFIN, or use it to trade on FlareX. YFIN and YMIN can only be earned through yield farming and yield mining, respectively. So, again, yield farming and yield mining. It's freaking interesting, yet pretty odd as well. I mean, there's a lot coming where, then again, it's also a little bit strange. The team is currently anonymous, does make you wonder about something, but it's comprised of 6 individuals building the product entirely out of pocket. I mean, why would you be private for this type of stuff as well? It's saying here so much business experience, but then again, they are private about it. It's not a bad idea, don't get me wrong. It's really actually a pretty good idea, and they're building a ton of things on XRP, but it's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot to see. It's a lot to watch, but then again, it's a lot of money to be made for free, basically, because, well, this is also going to be given to free, so I think that's quite interesting. Now, another interesting thing is out there, and that is that this FLR, which we just got some confirmation of, is going to be expected in June, plus minus 1 month to 2 weeks. Basically, we still don't know, but it's about May to July. Now we got our final end date because it could be skewed by 2 to 4 weeks, basically June again. We also know that once this goes live, we're not going to be getting 100% the first time. So it's basically, if you had 10,000 XRP, you're not going to be getting 10,000 Flare straight out of the bat. You're going to be given 15% at first, and then over the next, I'm going to say 2 years, maybe 3 years, you're going to be given between 2 and 4% of the total every single month. And that is, I believe, to kind of prevent the whole spam, where basically everybody sells it off instantly, because, you know, the amount of coins in circulation just keep going up as time moves on. So that is, again, a little interesting part about the situation, in my opinion. Once more, that is just me, because I also have forgotten now a little bit, and I'm too lazy to look it up because I don't really care. I believe the DAO FLR is actually going to be measured on the 15% Flare that is out there, because that's what's going to be given out the first month, right? So I'm assuming that this whole distribution is actually based upon that amount, by the way. They could be wrong, though. Don't quote me on that one. So let's quickly read the little thing right here. The FLR distribution will start when the Flare network goes live. The team is working to make this happen safely as soon as possible. It is dependent on finishing security testing. We expect this at the end of June, plus minus 2 to 4 weeks. So this announcement is really freaking dumb, in my opinion. You're saying a date plus minus 2 to 4 weeks. What is that type of announcement? It's like, yeah, well, we're done. Maybe 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks. It's like, yeah, between now and 2 months. Okay. I mean, interesting. You know, they could be done within 1 month and 3 months, basically. That's what they're saying, right? They could be done beginning of May or the freaking of July. I think that's a little bit odd to give it such a big overview, but then again, it's just me, man. It's just me. They can't really do too much about it. They at least have given us some idea about it. So then again, there comes the last question I think that most of the people are having. What is going on with this thing on BITRUE? Why is it so high up? Will my FLR be this high? Should I buy it here to get it now? Well, I've said before, I think the FLR price once it comes out will be significantly lower than this. Right now it's trading at around $2, has been for a little while, and could really be going even higher. This is because there's really not that much Flare in circulation right now, as BITRUE and Geodis are the only 2 exchanges which have issued it. And you might be wondering, so this is really Flare? No. This is basically something which the exchange constructed themselves to represent the Flare in the future. So they've basically done a sort of airdrop on their own. They basically made a Flare token on their exchange, which they promise now they will return to you for other Flare. So let me say it differently a little bit. They have basically made this token on their platform. It's an IOU, and once Flare goes live, they're going to replace this with the real Flare, because this is nothing more than just some number or some name on their website. There's no real coin behind this. It's basically saying they're going to make the real coin back this one eventually, make it interchangeable, but it's actually just something made up. It doesn't exist just quite yet. You know, it's basically like saying, okay, you know what? From this point on forward, you can trade Dusty Coin. I'm gonna make it. All right. So you can already trade it, but I'm just gonna make it now. That's basically what's going on. They basically allowed the trading of it, the speculation, but it's not actually existing yet. It's basically kind of, you could call it kind of pre-market, basically, where they're trading it already, but it doesn't actually exist just quite yet, or it isn't really live just quite yet. Then again, this price here represent a, I would say, skewed price because it does show a really high. But there again, in the end, it's going to be like 100 billion FLR right now. The trading volume of this one is like freaking, I don't know, 200,000 in a day, 200,000 FLR. And again, eventually there'll be 100 billion. So if you kind of do the math here, how much FLR is in circulation here? Ridiculously little in comparison to what there's going to be eventually. So of course, the price is also a lot higher per unit, I would say, because it's more scarce. And BITRUE is quite an XRP dominated exchange. They have a lot of XRP things going on. So a lot of the people on here are enthusiasts. But then again, I would personally just sell all my FLR at $2, most of it. I would be really happy to do so because it's free money. Could definitely buy something really cool with that, as it basically means every XRP I had in the past is now worth $2 just extra. Yeah, I would definitely reconsider a lot of it, and I would definitely sell quite a good chunk. Just quickly letting you guys know, even though I am excited about all the products on XRP, $2 per coin is definitely too much for me if we were to get there. I would definitely pull up and sell, but I'm expecting it to be half a cent once it goes live, maybe even less. Then again, it depends a little bit about how far the bull run is when this goes through as well. So I'm just quickly letting you guys know about that. Well, yeah, there's also no flare drop in New York City. I guess for legal reasons. I'm not sure about that one exactly. But again, here's, I guess, one little tutorial about what is going to happen. Of course, later we'll also be making some tutorials as to how to do this swap and how to do everything. But as of this point, I don't even know just quite yet. This is basically just an idea, or to give you guys an idea about what is, really moving around here. All right, but then again, every month from then on forward, you're going to then be getting like 2 to 4% extra FLR in your balance, which is pretty fun because that means you can basically keep kind of a cash flow. If it's really worth something, I just think it's really quite interesting. Having said that, make sure you press the freaking like button if you enjoyed it, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I try to make these updates as easy as possible for everybody, so if you have any tips, let me know in the comment section down below. This is again the platform I'm trading on, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto update.